In a village where the drums sing and the fire tells stories, there lived a clever but greedy tortoise. He was known for his tricks, and though the villagers often fell for them, they never forgot to laugh at all his misfortunes. Ijapa, the tortoise, was not always a bald animal. He used to have hair on his head. However, due to unfortunate circumstances which the tortoise brought upon his own head, literally speaking, he lost it all. It happened a very long time ago, long before the tortoise broke his back, but that is another story altogether. The dog and his family had prepared a feast of yam porridge. The aroma reached the tortoise, who immediately followed his nose, which led him to the dog's home. The tortoise went in and saw that a big pot of yam porridge was cooking. Wanting all of it for himself, he called out to the dog and told him that he had brought a message from the king. "My dear friend, you know you are the greatest hunter of all time," the tortoise said to the dog. "The king wishes to see you and all your family in the palace. He wants to have a meeting with all the hunters," the tortoise said. The dogs immediately trooped out and left to see the king, leaving the tortoise alone with the big simmering pot of yam porridge that was cooking on the fire. The tortoise let a greedy smile. Then he ran to the pot on the fire. He opened it and he began to eat as fast as he could. He knew that the dogs would be back soon because the king was not even at the palace. He only lied. And soon, he heard the dogs approaching. There was still a lot of porridge left in the pot. The tortoise wanted to take some home with him, and he looked around for something that he could put some porridge in, but he didn't find anything. The dogs by now were almost at the door. As he was running out of time, the tortoise pulled off his cap, filled it with porridge, and put it back on so nobody would know what they had done, and no one would know that he was carrying porridge in his head. He planned to hurry off immediately because the porridge on his head was indeed hot and it was burning him. But unfortunately, the dogs came in and they told him that the king wasn't at the palace. The tortoise told them that he would be leaving, but the dogs asked him to stay with them for lunch as they had some porridge cooking. The tortoise, who was now in unbearable pains, he tried to make excuses to leave immediately, but the dogs kept him, trying to convince him to stay. Eventually, the porridge was so hot that the tortoise just had to pull off his hat. Everybody was shocked when he pulled off his hat to reveal steaming hot porridge, but not just steaming hot porridge. The porridge had burned his scalp so badly that all his hair fell off and in fact never to grow back again. This was how the tortoise lost all his hair and became bald. A lesson to all that greed and stealing is very bad for anyone.